Let's go. So happy New Year's, everyone. We will get nice and warm. Um, do a practice that's quite strong, but just laying down some of the foundations of Pilates. So really pulling in the lower abdominals, really just trying to engage and focus, and then we can build on it this month. So come and lie down on your back. To start with, plant your feet to the floor, drop your shoulders into the ground, just rest your hands onto the belly. Just comfortably push the shoulders back down. So feel the shoulder blade connecting to the earth and just notice the chest open. Maybe the chest lifts a little. Tuck the tailbone so that more of the lower back lies flat to the ground and there's more connection through the lower back to the floor. Pull the abdominals in. Feel them secure the spine. Feel them lock around the spine. And then inhale. Notice the belly rise and expand. Exhale, draw navel to spine, pull the waist in. Feel that support. And then inhale, expand. Exhale, navel draws in. Inhale, expand. So pushing the breath all the way down to the belly. Using that exhale to pull in to secure around the lumbar spine. 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. On this last one, you're going to allow an expansion. And then when the belly retracts, when the navel draws into the spine, hold it there. So keep that inward connection. Lift the head, neck, shoulders off the floor. Reach the arms up to the sky. So you're lifting through the shoulders. And then you're going to reach to tap towards the knees. And then slowly lower it back down, but don't let the shoulders fall to the floor. So we're just keeping engaged through the upper abdominals, tapping to the knees. And then lowering it back down. Keep the chin into the chest, look to the navel, reach and tap the knees. Lower it back down, go for 2 more, reach and tap the knees. And lower. So really trying to knit the lower ribs into the upper abdominals. Okay, on this one, keep the shoulders lifted, just take the hands to the back of the head. So you can support the weight of the head now a little. Keep working the navel into the spine, lift both feet off the floor, point the toes. Keep the waist pulling in, tap the right toes to the floor and bring it back. Tap the left toes and bring it back. So keep the chest lifted. Try and keep the elbows wide. Try not to squash the head with the elbows. Try not to bring them too far in. Go for 8. Lift. 7. As you're doing this, try and keep the lower back pushing down to the floor. Last 4. Lift. 3. 2. And 1. Bring the knees back in, hug them to the chest. Should be feeling nice and warm through the front of the body. And then plant the feet to the ground, arms down by the side. Tuck the tailbone, slow roll up through the spine. So really slow, squeezing the glutes, supporting the back of the hips as you roll up through the spine. Working the hips up till the shoulders, hips, and knees are in one line. Hold it at the top. Try and squeeze the glutes, lift the hips even higher. And then slowly roll it down. Pull the navel in. Control that roll down through the spine. It's really super slow. Rest the hips to the floor. And then go again. Tuck the tailbone. Pull the navel in. Roll the hips up. Find the height of your bridge. Push the feet down. Push the hips up. See if you can lift them higher. Really squeezing the back of the glutes. And then roll it down. Just 1 more like this. So 1 more this slow. And we're going to hold at the top. So rest your tailbone. And then roll the hips up to the sky. Slowly taking them up, peeling the spine off the floor, holding your hips up, pushing down into the feet. And then you're just going to lower the hips 2 inches and drive back up. Squeeze at the top. So really make sure you feel that squeeze. Lower 2 inches and squeeze back up. Go for 10. The more you squeeze at the top, the more you're going to engage, wake up the glutes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On your last one, hold it there. Rise onto the tiptoes, so keep the hips high, but you're just on the tiptoes, so the heels lift off the floor. Squeezing your hips up to the sky, so really push into the backs of the thighs, should feel it, and then roll the spine down. Take your time. Carefully, slowly roll it down. Rest your hips to the floor. Bring the knees into the chest. And then extend the legs up to the sky. So just open the back of the hamstrings. Pull the legs in towards you. Stretch out the back of the legs. Keep the legs extended. So there can be a bend in the knees, but the legs are working towards straight. Hold to the back of the head and lift the head, neck, shoulders off the floor. So lifting again, engaging the upper abdominals. Stretch your right leg away. Hold it just an inch or so off the ground. Bring it back, and the left side. 6 more like this. Bring the left leg in. Take the right leg out. Right leg in. Left leg out. Last 4. And lift. 3 long, smooth movements. Don't let that foot rest on the ground. Last 2. Last 1. Hold this one. See if you can take your left elbow towards the right knee. Come back to center and switch to the other side. So lengthen the right leg away. Take your right elbow to tap the left knee. And back to center. 8. Back. 7. And back. 6. So the more you can lift the upper body, easier it's going to be to rotate the chest over to the other side of the room and find that twist. 4. Back. 3. 2. And last 1. Back to center. Rest the head. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a good hug. So squeeze the knees in. Then plant the feet to the floor. Arms down by the side. Again, roll the hips up off the ground. So squeezing the glutes. Find that engagement. And now I want you to think about the level of the hips. So I want you to imagine that the hips aren't allowed to drop at all. So the hips are at that set height. They're both going to stay there. You're going to lift the right foot off the floor. Bring the right knee into the chest. So you're driving that left hip up with the strength of the left leg. And then swap. Place the right foot down. Keep both hips lifted. Lift your left knee in. So like you're walking on the spot, but you're bringing that left knee all the way in. Place the left foot down. Lift the right knee. Place the right foot down. Lift the left knee, trying to keep the hips as high and as still as you can. Go for 2 more each side. So 4. Bring it down. 3. Bring it down. 2. Bring it down. Last 1. Bring it down. Place both feet down. Push the hips up. Squeeze the glutes. Slightly try and tuck the tailbone just to open up some space into the lower back. And then roll your hips down to the floor. Taking your time. Slowly rolling down. Rest the hips. Reach the arms up to the sky. Make sure you've got space behind you because your arms are going to go back. So have your palms face down to the knees to start with. Lift the feet off the floor so the knees are in a tabletop position. Now just scoop the belly in so you're pushing the lower back down into the ground. Stretch your right leg away as you reach that left arm back. And then bring them back together. Take your right arm away as you stretch and lengthen the left leg. And bring it back. Go for 4. Bring it in. 3. Bring it in. 2. In. Last one. And in. Rest both feet down. Take the palms so they face one another now. Take your left arm out to the side and just hold that left arm off the ground. At the same time, extend your right leg up to the sky. Lower your right leg away, but don't let it touch the floor, so extend and lengthen. Bring that right leg back. So you can imagine there's a weight in that left hand. Lower the right leg again. And bring it back up. Just holding that left arm out, but trying to not let it drop. Lower the right leg. And lift. 5. Lift. Slowly lower. 4. And lift. 3. And lift. 2. Lift. Last one. And lift. Bend the right leg. Place the right foot down. Bring the left arm back in. And switch to the other side. So take the right arm out. Hold it just off the floor. Extend the left leg up to the sky. Lower the left leg down. Control the lowering of that left leg. Stretch the toes away. Pull the waist in and lift the leg back up. Lower it down. Trying to push the back to the floor as you do so. Try not to move around too much in the lower back. And lift. For 8. And lift. Keep pulling navel to spine. 7. And lift. 6. And lift. 5. And lift. 4. Lift. 3. 2. On 1, keep that left leg up to the sky. Bring the right hand in. Bring the right leg up to the sky. So both legs are together. Take the hands to hold the back of the head. Lift the chest off the floor. Turn the toes out. Keep the heels together. And lower the feet just a couple of inches until you feel that work through the front of the body. Keep the heels connected. Don't let them separate all the way through the exercise. Bend the knees wide. Bring the feet closer so you make a diamond shape. Exhale, kick the legs away. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, bend the knees. Keep the heels connected. Exhale, kick the legs away and straighten. Squeeze the inner thighs. Feel the lower abdominals. 5. Extend. 4. Extend. 3. Extend. 2. Extend. Last one, hold this one away. Now, instead of the heels sticking out, you can point the toes. Just flutter the feet. So small movements up and down with both feet. Keep the chest lifted. See if you can lift the shoulders off the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. holding them in. So you're holding onto the front of the shins. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. So look down to your belly button. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the legs up to the sky. Exhale, pull yourself back into that ball. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull the knees into the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, as you pull in, the tailbone might lift slightly, so make a really tight ball shape. Inhale. Exhale. So there's 4 more. To make it harder, you stretch the arms and the legs further away and then bring them in. 3 more, maybe further away and come in. Last 2. Last one. Relax the head down. Look to the right and look to the left. Rock up to a seated position and come all the way over. So bring your hands over, step your knees back. Find all 4s, hands and knees. Take an inhale, look forwards, open the chest. Feel that stretch through the abdominals. Exhale, arch and round through the spine. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, round. Take 1 more forwards. Exhale, round. And then find a neutral spine. Come down to the forearms. So both forearms down to the ground, hands down. Look to the ground. So try not to look too far forwards and crease the neck. Look down or even towards the knees. Pull the waist in whilst you're here. So try not to let the center of the body drop. Keep pulling in so you're strong through the center. Reach the right leg back. Toes pointed. Lift the right leg up to the sky. I'm going to have to move a bit further forwards. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Hold it at the top. Pulse at the top. And then lower down. So lift all the way up. 3 pulses at the top. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Lift all the way up. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Lift 1, 2, 3, and lower. Lift 1, 2, 3, and lower. 3 more. Lift 1, 2, 3, and lower. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Last 1. 1, 2, 3. Keep it lifted. Push up to the hands. So you still have that right leg stretching back in space. Reach your left arm out in front of you. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, round, bring elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch and reach away. Exhale, round, bring elbow to knee. Reach out for 3. Exhale, pull in. 4, 2. And in. Last one. Hold it out there. So arms stretched out in front of you, legs stretched out back behind you. Keep the arm and the leg straight. Lower the fingers, lower the toes. And then lift and extend. Lower. And lift. Whilst you're doing that, try and keep the navel pulling into the spine. 8. Lift. 7. Lift. 6. Lift. 5. Lift. 4. Lift. 3. So keep reaching, keep stretching. 2. And 1. Place the left hand down, place the right knee down. Tuck both toes. Just lift your hips up to the sky. Stretch through the back of the right leg. Walk on the spot. And just walk around as much as you need to get rid of the tension through the back of the right leg. And then rest to the knees. Keep the waist pulling in. Rest down to the forearms. Navel to spine. Stretch the left leg back, toes pointed. Inhale, lift, and then at the top, pulse for 3, 2, 1, lower down. Lift the left leg, pulse for 3, 2, 1, and lower. Lift and pulse, 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 lower. So you're reaching that left leg all the way back, and then it's a small contraction at the back of the hip in the glute for that small lift and lower. 5 more. Reaching those left toes back as you lift. And then again, lengthening as you lower. Lengthen as you lift. And lengthen as you lower. Last 2. Last 1. Keep that left leg lifted. Push up to your hands. Find your balance. Stretch the right arm out. Pull the waist in. Inhale here. Exhale, round. Bring elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This last one you're going to hold out, so keep stretching, keep reaching. Lower the toes, lower the fingers, and then lift the arm and the leg. Lower and lift. Waist in. Lower and lift. 4, 3. Lift. 2. Lift. Last 1. Lift. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Tuck the toes, stretch back into downward facing. So push the heels away. Pedal on the spot, so walk through the heels. And then come forwards to a plank position. Everyone take option 1, and then I'll give you the option to advance it. So bring your right knee down, right hand stays there, left arm reaches up to the sky. So we have a side plank to the left, and my left toes are touching the floor. So option 1, we'll all do this 3 times. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up. Exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right side and reach for the right side of the room. As you're reaching, pull the waist in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread through and reach. So feel the waist squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. Now that's option 1. Option 2, you're doing so from a side plank with both knees lifted. So you reach up, inhale, thread through as you exhale. Twist through the spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Wherever you are, 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Last 1. Exhale. Place both hands down. Rest both knees. Just sit the hips back to the heels. Give the wrists a shake out. I'm going to go the other way so you can see me, but you can stay facing where you are. So take the left hand down. So now your right foot is step back. We'll all keep that left knee down to start with, just for the first 3. And then if you choose to lift that knee, you can. So start with an inhale. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left. Feel the twist through the waist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And then there's 5 more. So either that back knee stays down or both legs extend. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze through the waist. In breath. And out breath. In and out. In and out. Make this next one your last one. Inhale. Exhale. Rest both hands down. Rest both knees. Just come back, give the wrists a shake out. And then come all the way up to standing. If you have a ball, grab your ball, place it between the ankles. If you don't have a ball, just squeeze your inner ankles together. So start standing tall. Push all 4 corners of the feet down. So push the heels down, push the toes down, inside edge, outside edge. Pull the lower abdominals in. So try and feel this little pull away from the waistband of the trousers. Set the shoulders down and then drop the chin into the chest. Pull the navel to the spine, round the spine forwards. I want you to feel the waist working. So feel the waist pulling in as you roll the spine forwards, either squeezing the ankles together or squeezing the ball. Rolling down through the spine. Push the feet to the ground until you come into a forward fold. Relax the upper body. Push back into the feet. Squeeze the ankles or the ball. Draw the navel in. We're rolling back up. So it's a slow movement rolling up through the spine. Pulling the navel in. Strengthening around the waist. Inhale, stand tall, stack the shoulders. Exhale, bring the chin back into the chest. Then look towards the waist. Roll the spine forwards. This is your last one down. We'll come up and then we'll stay up at the top. Navel in. Tailbone tucks, feet push down. Squeeze the ball or squeeze the ankles. Roll back up. You can take the hands to the hips. Rise up to your tiptoes. So if you're squeezing that ball, keep hold of it. Try and hold yourself there. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling the crown of the head up to the sky, so you're not going to wobble forwards or backwards, going to stay on the tiptoes. Slowly bend the knees. So just bend the knees a couple of inches. Let the hips sit a little lower. Now from here, slightly try and tuck the tailbone under. So feel the tailbone curl under and then send the tailbone back. Feel the tailbone curl under and then send the tailbone back. If it's too much and you need the support of a wall or a bench, you can just take the hands out to one side, feel that tuck under, and then send the tailbone back. Feel that tuck under, and send the tailbone back. For 5, release. 4, release. 3, release. 2, release. And 1, release. Rest the heels, bring the chin into the chest, roll the spine down. So pull the waist in. Really feel that pulling in around the waist. Take the ball out if you had a ball between the feet. Just let the body fold forwards. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more breath. Exhale. Place the hands to the floor. Step the feet back. Find a plank position. Again, I'm going to give you an option here. So keep the right hand down. Side plank facing the left with or without the right knee rested. So right knee rested. If you want a slightly easier option, both legs lifted. If not, you're going to lower the hips a little, maybe just an inch, and then use the right side oblique to lift the hips back up. So it's a very small lower. and then you lift. Lower and lift. Go for 3 more. Lift, 2, lift, last one, lift. Switch, take your left hand down. Either rest the left knee or keep both legs straight. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Lower slightly through the hips. Lift back up. Lower slightly and lift. For 3, lift using that left side waist. 2, lift. Last one, lift. Take both hands down. Rest both knees. Gaze towards the top of the mat, so not all the way out in front of you, but just to the top of the mat. Keep the hands where they are. Bend the elbows to the side of the waist. Take the chest forwards all the way down to the ground. Point the toes. Stretch the legs out wide so they point to the far corners of the mat. Bring the heels together, so bend the knees. Bring the heels to tap. So the heels stay connected, my toes are sticking out to the side. Push your feet up to the sky as you push your pelvis down into the floor. So feel the glutes engage, feel the hamstrings. Try and push the heels up to the sky. At the same time, lift the chest. So hands can stay on the ground for support, but you're not pushing into the hands. Keep lifting the heels and then pulse the feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the legs extend. Tuck the toes. Take it back into a downward facing dog. So stretch out through the backs of the legs. Push the heels away. Bring it forwards to a plank position. Rest the knees. This time when we bend the elbows, only going halfway. So look to the top of the mat. Pull the waist in. Lower halfway down. Hold. And push back up. Try and keep the spine in a straight line. Lower halfway down. And push back up. 3 more. Lower. And back up. Lower. And back up. One last time. Lower. And back up. Sit the hips to the heels. Walk the hands in. Take both arms up to the sky. Bend the left tricep. Bend the left elbow, to stretch the left tricep. And same to the other side. And then come down and lie on your right hand side. So take the right arm out. Rest your head onto the bicep. Knees are bent. My shoulders, my hips, and my feet create one line, and the knees are obviously just in front. Take your left hand and just check there's a little bit of space underneath that right side of your waist, so you're not totally dropping into that right hip. Left hand to the top hip. Keep the feet or the heels together, open the knees, and then close. A slow movement with control. Open the top knee, and then close. Try not to let that left hip rock back. For 8. Lower. 7. And lower. 6. Keep that right side of your waist lifted. 5. 4. 3. 2. On 1, keep the knee lifted. Extend your left leg out. So your left thigh should be on top of your right thigh. So don't let that left leg fall back. Try and keep it forward so the thighs are on top of one another in space. Lower the left leg and then lift it all the way back up. Lower and lift. If you want to, you can take your left hand, offer a little bit of support into the ground. 6, 5, 4, 3. Try not to let that left leg shorten back towards you. Try and keep it stretching away. 2 and 1. Now hold it up. Pull the toes back to the face. Drive that left leg back and hold it at the very back. So maybe in line with the body, maybe a little bit further back. Small pulses up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Bring it forwards. Keep it at that height. And then take it back. So try not to let the height of the leg lower. Bring it forwards. Take it back. Should feel the work around that left hip. 4 more. Forwards. And back. Forwards. And back. Last 2. And back. Last 1. And back. Bend the top leg. Open the knees so the feet are together. And then you're going to close the knees and lift that top foot. So lower the left foot, lift the left knee. Lower the left knee, lift the left foot. So there's always one point of connection, whether it be the feet or the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Okay, roll onto your back. Have the right knee bent, the right foot flat to the floor. Lift the left ankle, place it on the right knee. And just by taking your left hand, pushing that left thigh away, should feel a stretch in the outside of the left hip. If you want more, the right knee comes into the chest. You can give a bit of a rock from side to side. And then release. And take it to the other side. So just spin yourself round or roll onto your other side, coming onto the left. Left arm reaches out. Knees are bent. Heels, hips, shoulders in one line. Take your right hand, first of all, just check you haven't collapsed through the bottom waist. And then right hand to the hip. Open the knees and close. Open and close. So it starts off as a small movement. You might not really feel much, but make it slow and steady. Maybe think about that squeeze at the glute at the top. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that up. Extend the top leg away. So the thighs should be in line. Lower down and lift. Try not to let that leg shorten back. So as you lower, stretch it away. And as you lift, lengthen. Lengthen to lower. Lengthen to lift. Lengthen to lower. Lengthen to lift. For 3. Lift. 2. Lift. Your last one is going to stay high. Keep it lifted. Take that right leg back. Find your limit and hold it at that height. Don't let it drop at all. Small pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One, and then the hard one. Bring it forwards, keep it at that height. Take it back. So you should now feel that right hip working to stabilize. Bring it forwards and take it back. 4, 3. Extend. 2. Extend. Last one. Extend. Rest both knees. Right hand can just come to the right hip. Open the knees. Close the knees. Lift the right foot. Close. Lift. Close. Open. So just controlling the rotation of that hip for 5. Lower. Lift. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Lie onto your backs. Bring the right ankle, place it on the left thigh, and it might be enough to just encourage that right thigh out. Feel the stretch and the release in the outside of the right hip. If you want more, I don't even know if I can. If you want more, bring the left knee into the chest. Oh, feel that stretch around the right hip. And then come back to center. Extend your legs out long. I'm going to try and do 3 full roll-ups to finish the practice. So it doesn't matter if you need to use a bit of momentum to help you at the end. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch the legs out long. Pull the navel to the spine. Lift the chest and the shoulders off the floor. And then reach the hands to the front of the room. Imagine someone's holding your hands and pulling you forwards. Pull the navel in as you stretch your hands towards the toes. Come forwards, tap the toes. Bring it back up to a seated position. Pull the navel in. Roll the spine down slowly. Reach the arms overhead. Feel the waist stretch out. And then lift the hands back up. Shooting for the front of the room. Stretch it forwards, lengthen. And reach your hands to the toes. Last one. Take it back slowly. Squeeze the inner thighs if you need the help and the support. Arms overhead. Bring the hands back up. And come all the way forwards with the hands. Relax the body here, fold forwards. Doesn't matter if you're not that deep into your forward fold, just let the weight of the body come forwards. Relax the back of the head and the neck. Soften the jaw. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. One more big inhale. And exhale. Roll up to a seated position. Just cross the legs. Bring yourself into a seat. Take the right fingertips out to the side. Reach your left arm up to the sky and stretch open through that left side of the body. Reach further over to the right. So really stretch out through those left fingers. We did quite a lot of side work. So open it, stretch it, and then other side. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Reach further than you think you can over to the left side of the room. And then bring it back to center. Take the hands to the knees. Holding onto the front of the knees. Inhale, lift your chest forwards. Pull your shoulders down, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, arch and round through the spine. Chin into chest. Abdominals in. Look forwards, lift. Pull the shoulders back. Exhale, round. Take one more like that. So rock forwards on your seat. Lift the chest. Pull the shoulders back. And then find a neutral spine. Turn the palms so they face up. Notice the length through the spine. Notice the height. the support through the waist. And just take a few moments, slow everything down. Calm the breath, calm the nervous system. And just observe your posture. So notice how you're holding yourself through the upper body. See if you can take that with you through today, maybe into the start of the new year. Take it for a few days. Try and hold yourself nice and tall. Try and remember how it feels to have that space across the chest, across the shoulders, to have that length through the spine. Take a big inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Really big, full, long stretch, and then bring the hands into prayer, heart center. Bow your chin into the chest. Thank yourself for starting your new year with practice. That's wonderful.